E-waste is the informal name given for electronic products nearing the end of their usefulness. Examples of these include computers, televisions, VCRs, and copiers. However, one of the problems with e-waste is the fact that there is no conclusive definition of e-waste. Therefore, similar appliances may or may not be included in the definition of e-waste. An example of this would be microwaves, water heaters, and washing machines. Most people in the world have electronics that they do not use. Using the previous definition of e-waste, it was found that in 2016 there was 44.7 million metric tons of e-waste thrown away. This was equal to about 4,500 Eiffel Towers worth of e-waste. Along with this, the International Telecommunications Union, or ITU, predicts that this amount of e-waste will rise in the coming years. However, most countries are unable to discard these electronics through proper recycling methods. This brings us to the United States, the country with the most e-waste. There are many e-waste companies in the United States. However, it was found that many of these donation centers, recyclers, and electronic take-back programs do not actually do what they are supposed to. In a study published in a PBS article, researchers dropped off electronics at random centers and tracked them. They found that most companies export their electronics to countries like Mexico, Taiwan, China, Pakistan, Thailand, the Dominican Republic, Canada, and Kenya. However, most was tracked to end up in rural Hong Kong. When the researchers traveled to Hong Kong, it was found that when dismantling these electronics, workers did not wear any type of protective wear. Workers need this protective wear because when destroying flat-screen TV, they might release mercury vapor, which is deadly for humans. Along with this, according to the World Health Organization, working with e-waste poses many serious health risks if procedures aren't followed properly. This may include contamination of soil, water, and food. However, there is a relatively easy solution to the United States e-waste problem. The reason why the United States does not want to recycle properly is because it costs too much money. The solution proposed is that we send these electronics to developing countries where people do not mind working for relatively cheap. If the United States did this, there would be no worry for health risks and contamination to the environment because everything would be monitored in facilities. Along with this, there would only be certain electrons being opened. An example of this would be dismantling of hard drives. Hard drives are safe to open, however, it is difficult to get the neodymium magnet inside of the hard drive out. In fact, most companies decide to soak the hard drive in chemicals to get the magnet out. However, if we're to do this manually instead, it would allow for people in developing countries to be paid, and it will allow for the neodymium magnet to be intact and ready for use. Another solution is to fully refurbish used electronics. An example of this would be ink cartridges. It has been estimated that the average ink cartridge can be remanufactured up to 4 times. This would allow tons of plastic, metals, and toxic chemicals to stay out of landfills. However, the easiest solution will be to find a reputable e-waste company. As mentioned before, however, some companies may not recycle your e-waste properly, so you will have to be careful. A good place to find reputable e-waste companies is e-stewards.org. On this website, companies are given awards if they are green, legal, secure, socially responsible, transparent, global, and in good company.